Welcome to our deep dive into rest mindfulness and finding your path.
Ah, sounds intriguing.
We'll be drawing wisdom from the things you can see only when you slow down.
Oh, by Haemin Sunim.
Um, hmm, that's the one. A bestseller in Korea, blending Zen Buddhism with practical advice.
I've heard great things.
It's been a lifesaver, honestly, especially in our hectic world.
So where do we begin?
Let's tackle that feeling of constant busyness. Why are we so overwhelmed?
Well, Sunim uses an anecdote about a Buddhist nun building a meditation hall.
A meditation hall.
Each stage consumed her world roof tiles, floorboards, everything.
I get that. It's like when I'm apartment hunting. Suddenly, every building is a possibility.
It highlights how our minds shape our reality.
What we focus on expands.
Exactly. Deadlines, to-do lists, no wonder we're stressed.
But here's the thing. Sunim doesn't advocate for abandoning everything to meditate. He admits to enjoying a full schedule himself.
Interesting. So then what's the solution?
It's about shifting our focus. What brings us joy? Can that be our driving force?
It makes you think, what am I prioritizing?
And then there's those times when life just throws curveballs. Disappointment hits.
What does he say about that?
Don't resist those emotions. Find genuine release.
Release.
Through friends, a funny movie, music, anything that works.
Like giving ourselves permission to feel.
He even compares stuck food to emotional wounds.
Stuck food.
Both loosen with care and time, not force.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Emphasizes self-compassion.
Which we often offer more freely to others than ourselves.
So true. How can we change that?
That's the challenge, right? And then there's those negative emotions that creep in.
Tell me about it.
Sunim says don't suppress them. Observe them like a cloud passing.
Like a cloud.
You're the sky, not the fleeting weather.
That's rooted in Buddhist teachings on impermanence.
Our thoughts and feelings are always changing.
Makes you wonder how that changes things.
And get this, Sunim says we all have a Hitler and Mother Teresa inside.
Oh, hold on.
It's about duality. We choose which voice to amplify.
Powerful stuff. So how do relationships fit into all this?
Sunim uses a fireplace analogy.
A fireplace.
Too close is stifling, too far is cold. Balance is key.
In all relationships.
I've been in those merging relationships. Exhausting.
And distance can make the connection fizzle out.
He also tells a story about a prideful official whose teacup overflows.
Because he won't admit it's full.
Humility prevents so many conflicts. Where's pride causing friction in our lives?
Good question. And then there's seeing the good in others.
He quotes, "To the Buddha, everyone appears as Buddhas. To a pig, everyone appears as pigs."
Wow.
It's about perception. What if we sought the good even in those we dislike?
Radical but transformative. Now let's talk about love. Sunim shares his first love experience.
It's endearing. He was captivated by Khalil Gibran's poetry as a teen.
The power of literature.
Then he falls for an American missionary.
Classic first love story.
The excitement.
Not just this wise monk.
What did our first loves teach us about ourselves?
I'll have to think about that.
He then offers a mature perspective on love, accepting people as they are, letting go,
Letting go even in close relationships.
recognizing the need for space, and then he tackles finding your authentic self.
With contrasting anecdotes.
Kids asking about Kung Fu adults, about meditation Koreans, about his hometown.
We get caught up in external markers.
Defining ourselves by actions, origins, others' perceptions.
He challenges us to look beyond those labels.
Focusing on background can limit opportunities.
And prevent us from seeing someone's potential.
It's about focusing on the individual, not stereotypes.
So how do we find our calling?
Read widely. Volunteer. Gain real-world skills. Develop self-awareness.
Through diverse interactions.
It's about exploring and experimenting.
Embracing triumphs and setbacks. And speaking of journeys, he tells a heartwarming story.
About his elementary school teacher, Mrs. Lee.
Miss Lee.
Her encouragement changed his life.
How so?
She saw potential he didn't even realize.
Wow.
It's like the Buddha's prophecies to his disciples.
But without the spiritual foresight.
Encouragement is transformative, regardless of the source.
We need to offer it generously and be open to receiving it.
I'm already feeling inspired to slow down and be present.
Me too. There's so much to ponder.
And there's more to come.
Can't wait. Back again, diving into the things you can see only when you slow down.
Still processing all those insights, especially about choosing our focus.
Such a powerful idea. Let's look at how Sunim tackles work challenges.
He starts with that feeling of inadequacy, starting a new job.
We've all been there. The self-doubt.
What's the antidote?
Focus on doing your best. Don't get caught up in self-consciousness.
Effort over perfection.
Exactly. Sincerity and dedication go a long way.
And he warns against workplace envy.
Oh, comparing ourselves to others.
He describes visiting a seemingly perfect workplace, then realizing the hidden downsides,
Like those curated Instagram feeds.
making us question our own lives.
Until we remember it's all a facade.
Appearances can be deceiving.
So true. What about those in leadership roles?
Sunim emphasizes integrity nurturing relationships, timely feedback.
And mentorship.
It's about empowering, not micromanaging,
Focusing on impact, not image.
and valuing diverse perspectives.
Even those that challenge the leader's view.
It's about open dialogue and collaboration.
Makes sense. Now, for something a bit tougher. Criticism.
How do we handle that?
Sunim's take is interesting. He sees it as an opportunity,
An opportunity.
their introspection. Instead of getting defensive,
Should we be grateful?
gratitude may not always fit, but at least be open.
Open to the possibility of truth.
Our critics can be mirrors, reflecting what we don't see.
That's humbling
Yeah?
and empowering,
What if we use criticism for growth?
instead of dismissing it.
And remember, not everyone will like us.
I still struggle with that.
It's natural. The Sunim says others' opinions are just projections.
Their beliefs and experiences.
We can't control their perception,
Yeah.
but we can control our response.
It's about finding validation from within.
Exactly. And that leads to another point. Don't let others' expectations define you.
He tells a story about someone wanting him to be like the Dalai Lama.
What did he say?
I prefer being Haemin Sunim.
Owning his individuality.
Embracing our uniqueness, not conforming to categories.
Now let's talk about finding meaning in the everyday.
Those ordinary moments we often overlook.
We get caught up in chasing the extraordinary.
He uses a pizza analogy.
Pizza.
The ad looks amazing, but the reality often disappoints.
Like idealized versions of others' lives.
We forget everyone faces challenges.
The grass is always greener.
Sunim says, find contentment in your own life.
How?
Discover joy in the mundane, waiting in line, commuting, caring for loved ones.
Shifting our perspective to see the beauty in the ordinary.
He also says happiness isn't passive consumption.
It's about engaging with the world.
Even a phone book can be captivating with the right focus.
Boredom comes from lack of attention,
It's about being present in each moment,
not on autopilot, and taking ownership of our surroundings,
like picking up litter.
even if it's not our job.
It's about initiative and making things better,
Inspiring others by our actions.
recognizing our interconnectedness,
Now, Sunim doesn't shy away from the big questions.
the meaning of life,
That feeling of emptiness. Is this all there is?
especially as we get older.
Feeling lost at a crossroads.
He offers comfort and challenge.
Comfort
We're not alone in our search for meaning.
and challenge.
True fulfillment comes from inner peace.
Not external validation.
It's about finding grounding within ourselves.
And this leads to one of the book's core messages, the power of love.
Whoa!
Not grand gestures, but genuine connection.
It changes lives.
Approaching life with an open heart, embracing others.
Finding purpose and fulfillment through love.
That's powerful. This book has given me so much to think about.
I feel a shift in perspective, a greater appreciation for the present moment.
That's the beauty of these deep dives, those aha moments that lead to change.
And there's still more to come.
In part 3, we'll explore silence, imperfections, and uncovering our original face.
Buckle up, we're going deeper. Welcome back to our final exploration of the things you can see only when you slow down.
We left off talking about love's transformative power.
Right, and Sunim suggests a fascinating connection between love and beauty.
Oh, tell me more.
He says when love feels absent, seek out beauty. That's where it resides.
Makes you think about where we find beauty.
It's not always those grand romantic gestures.
More like those everyday moments of awe.
Like sunlight through leaves the patterns in nature.
Appreciate the simple things.
Exactly. Those glimpses of beauty remind us that love is still present.
And it's not just external. It's about embracing our own beauty, too.
Accepting our imperfections.
Seeing our inherent worth.
We each have a unique beauty, something that makes us special.
Celebrate those quirks instead of chasing some ideal.
Authenticity is where true beauty lies.
And that leads to the concept of our original face.
The essence of who we are beneath all those layers.
Bars of what?
Conditioning, societal expectations, everything that's been piled on.
So how do we access this original face?
Through stillness, connecting with that quiet observer within.
That sounds peaceful.
It's about silencing the mental chatter, letting go of judgments, Just be
Merging with silence.
releasing those preconceived notions.
And sensing the presence of that observer.
It's a challenging practice. But Sunim assures us it's possible.
Like uncovering a hidden treasure.
He provides guidance for cultivating that inner stillness,
Like what?
bringing awareness to the present moment, noticing our breath, sound sensations.
Grounding ourselves in the here and now. Escaping those past regrets and future worries.
And asking simple questions.
What do I hear? What do I feel? What does the sky look like?
Bringing our attention outward.
Breaking free from those repetitive thoughts.
It's about mindful presence.
Being fully attuned to each moment.
And Sunim says clarity arises from stillness,
We understand ourselves and our place in the world better.
with more compassion.
Cultivating inner peace, knowing we're whole and complete.
And that naturally extends outwards.
To greater compassion for others.
We recognize everyone's unique journey and challenges.
Letting go of judgment, embracing interconnectedness.
A powerful message for our world.
Peace begins within. By nurturing stillness and connection, we create a more peaceful world.
So much to reflect on from this deep dive into the things you can see only when you slow down.
What insights will you carry forward?
It's been a privilege exploring these ideas.
Remember, slowing down isn't about being passive.
It's about creating space for reflection, connection, and discovering our true selves.
Take a deep breath, embrace the stillness.
And let Haemin Sunim's wisdom be your guide.
Thanks for joining us on this journey. Until next time, may you find peace and clarity in your busy world.